Greetings, and today I have another Gwent deck video for you guys. So this particular deck was one that I came across with when I was playing in Ranked, and I actually did enjoy playing with this deck, so it's actually a lot of fun. So the idea behind this is you're actually using Regis and Cave Defender sort of in conjunction with each other, because the idea is you want to be able to use Regis to like start eating up a lot of units with very high power, or high boosted power I should say. So with the strength of monster, like with the amount of monster decks that I've been seeing in the ladder lately, it's actually pretty insane how pretty good that Regis is actually now, because you know you're seeing a lot of monster decks, so you're seeing a lot of like ozzrels, you're seeing a lot of like well, Kiyomori Queen not so much, because if that's swarm spread boost, then you can't really do anything about that. But yeah, like I've seen a lot of monster decks being played against, and honestly Regis is actually really good against, like, you know, the current monster heavy meta. So we're gonna go through the list as usual. Now this is sort of like an initial, I mean, I say that about every deck, and I haven't done like revision decks on, or revision edits on a lot of them. So maybe I might start doing that, like let's say starting next season. So yeah, so we're starting off with Royal Decree. Of course, we need to do almost everything necessary to ensure that the Regis Cave Troll combo goes off. Now, of course, you can trade off Royal Decree for a Naglfar. I think in terms of punishment, sorry. That was not coronavirus. But yeah, so Naglfar I think is one of those cards where it's not so bad in this deck, because you're actually like no matter what two combos of cards you get, unless it's like unless it's both Regis and the Cave Troll, then I think you can almost play it with no punishment, really, because you can play really any other card is fair game other than those two. Like, you want them to be together at all times, whether you play them first round or third round, doesn't really matter. So, but I just put Royal Decree in for the consistency. Next we got Eagern, of course, because we still need the specialty of monsters, which is obviously their ability to make pretty big units and to take advantage of the Thrive mechanic. Now we come across the Regis and Cave Troll combo. You play Cave Troll relatively late. They're not, I mean, the thing is, the fact that it's Blood Scent, they would almost expect the Cave Troll. Well, I mean, I don't know if they do, because I haven't played enough vampire decks, but I play a Cave Troll, and I play it actually very late. The only thing I really want him defending is Regis. I don't really want him defending anything else. Like, Orianna can get her own boosts without having to, you know, see much punishment. Unless, of course, you know, somebody sneaks in that tall removal card, and then in which case Orianna kind of sucks after a couple turns, but, you know, it should be fine. But yeah, that's our combo there. But again, against the heavy monster meta, you can honestly sneak in Regis into almost any deck, and it'll do pretty well. It'll be able to take up some ozzrels. Now that is, of course, if you decide to, if you know, you have to make sure you get last save otherwise, right? Because ozzrel's always a last turn play, so you want to make sure that you get last save for that, otherwise it's kind of useless. So next we got Katsukan, vampire. We're starting to go down sort of the vampire theme. So we got Katsukan, Orianna. Mata is just there to make sure, again, we're trying to draw more. You could switch one of these two for Naglfar, really, like, just because of like the gold cards we are playing. So next we got Orianna, which again, another vampire, and then we got ozzrel, of course, for that Eagern. And then again, because of how heavy the monster decks are being seen now in ladder, is you can eat up some Eagerns, you can eat up some Goliaths, you know, the like. Speaking of Goliath, we have him next. Again, we're trying to take advantage of this Thrive package. So yeah. Next we got Wispus Tribute. Wispus Tribute is good for tutoring out either of our or any of our organic cards, depending on the situation that we need them in. So next we got Adastriga, is for that good dominance. You could make a case for actually like not using Adastriga and instead going for maybe a Gale, because you know you are taking on vampire units. So that is a possibility for you to be able to use Gale, perhaps. So, you know, really depends. But yeah, it's one of those cards where it's like, maybe it's not needed. You could even get away with playing Penitent. You can play Penitent, but then again, we have nothing to eat it with. We have nothing to destroy it with, so. But yeah, again, you can adjust this deck to your own liking. Really depends, but this is how I have it built. Next, we have the Beast, of course, because we are generating big units, so there is that. Next, we got Parasite. Parasite's good for being able to take out engines, of course. Ice Giant was sort of a last-minute addition. Like, it has no synergy with this deck. Like, I don't know why I should be playing in this deck, but it's like, you know, I have it in the deck, so I'm like kind of rolling with it. Plus, it is, again, trying to take advantage of our Thrive units, which is pretty nice. So yeah, next we got two Necrorats. Again, for that good bleed. So that is what they're there for. Then we got 2 Indriga larvas. Again, Thrive package. I feel like a lot of the, like, I play a lot of the same cards in most decks, so it's kind of like, it's sort of self-explanatory as to why they're here. Next we got 1 Feast of Blood. That's pretty much our Purify option, but it's an offensive Purify, not a defensive one. So we can't protect ourselves against poison. So that's sort of the one backbone weakness of this deck, is that our Purify is not offensive and defensive. It's just an offensive one. Next we got Natural Selection. Honestly, not a bad card to tutor out if you already have Parasite and you're looking to take out a card and to prepare for the 3rd round perhaps, so there is that. Next we got Noonwraith. Noonwraith is just a strong 6-power card, again to trigger our Thrives. 2 Plumards, 2 Vampires, a bunch of Bleeds, pretty powerful, and 2 Bruxas to top it all off. So, for this particular deck, I'm just gonna show you 1 game, not the usual 2, because I'm sort of working on a lot of projects at the moment. I got a couple of, projects I'm doing for Team Bandit Gang. I got my own personal projects happening, and I still also have school. So just for this particular deck, and maybe for some future decks videos in the future, I might actually just end up showing 1 game instead of 2. It just really depends on how much time I got, but today, unfortunately, the time restriction was a bit too much for me to take at this time, so it'll just be 1 game. But I promise you, it's actually a very good game, and it actually shows off the strength of Regis Vampire. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. After you guys see the gameplay, leave a like, of course, if you guys did enjoy. Comment on any changes you guys would like to make, and definitely let me know. I would like to see them. And make sure to check out Team Bandit Gang's website and to join our Discord. You guys can have some cool conversations about us, about Gwent, about anything. Come join us, come have a good time. And of course, subscribe for more Gwent content. And let me take you guys straight to the gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, we're actually pretty good here with getting rid of both Indriga Larvas round 1. But the question is though, should we or save it? I mean, we do have some other cards we could play as well, so it's like, it's not the worst. I don't think he has anything for us to purify anyway, so... Okay, yeah, having a Plumard here is fine. That's alright. Yeah, what's unfortunate is he is gonna get his Thrive units out first, so this is probably gonna be a Griffin. Oh, Penitent, okay. Interesting. So let's deny one of his Thrive units here. I know this Penitent probably is gonna get destroyed. A Bruxa? Okay. Yeah, so we can actually play our Necrorat here. Yeah, he is getting a lot of Thrive units, which is like a problem in a way, but we also have Thrive units of our own, so... Plus, as long as we can maintain pressure on the bleed, we should be okay. We could actually even play Wisp's Tribute and just play a Natural Selection on one of these cards, to be honest. Yeah, we might actually have to do that. Could also play a Plumard. Yeah, let's play Plumard, actually. I mean, if he decides to eat... I mean, he's probably gonna choose to eat his Penitent, so... Alright. He might have been hunting for that Pugo, but I guess it never came to him, huh? Well, if we play our own Ice Giant, we'll be up to, let's see, 27? I mean, 27 to 42 still aren't... Well, 40. I mean, 13 points is doable, actually, if we do play Egern after. So, yeah, we will actually do this. If he elects to pass, we play Egern. Egern will be more than enough. So he opts to keep going, huh? Okay, that's fine. We'll actually go ahead and do this, and then we'll actually play Egern. I mean, if he passes, what do we play? Will the beast be enough? Okay, so he wants to win the round, essentially. He pretty much wants to win this round. I mean, at this point, do we give it to him? We play Mata, who do we draw? We draw Regis. Okay, so I think we have to give it to him. That kind of that's the thing with Regis, right? Like, you have to be able to win round 1 for him to be like to get the most value out, but like, it's not the worst in the world if you don't get that value out either, if that makes sense. The bad news is I did play Egern, so if he has an ozzrel, then we're gonna be in a bit of trouble. No Oriana, but I think I'll keep this. Let's see if he tries to push me. Okay, I thought not. I mean, we could just entirely brick the Mata. All these cards are actually, like, really good. Like, I don't know if I want to get rid of any of them. Oh, gosh. Do I want to get rid of the Indrega Larva? That actually would kind of suck if I had to get rid of Indrega Larva. I can't play Natural Selection. I have nothing to play, so... So we could brick Mata and hope that Regis is drawn out. But I don't want to do that, so I actually want to guarantee the Regis play. It was the most expendable card on the hand. I couldn't play Natural Selection. I would have loved to be honest. I would have loved to play Natural Selection. He's not gonna have Defender. We missed out on Oriana, but honestly, it's not the worst. Let's see what he does here. If he actually does opt to play Indrega Larva, then I have to kill one. He's rocking Poet? Okay. Yeah, I feel like this might not be... Oh, okay. I mean, it still gives him a pretty good lead, but it's okay. Poet is a relatively expensive card, though. Will deny us bleed of 2 turns, which is pretty good. So we have a target for Regis. If we can get him up and running, to be honest. Well, we have to get him up and running, I think. The only problem is we might actually have a problem keeping up with our dominance, so it's the Striga might not be like the... Oh, gosh. Would he have Purify late? Would he hide a Purify? I don't think so. I don't think he would expect us to have a Purifier. We play Oswald early? I think we have to play Oswald early, right? That way his Oswald wouldn't... I mean, if he plays his Oswald first, then we're gonna have problems. So here's the thing. I could play Blood Scent on the Thrive units. It might prompt the Barbagazzi to actually eat one of them. In all honesty, if he does, I'm not the biggest... I don't have the biggest complaint about that, you know? I'm actually gonna do it on the... I want to do it on the Beast. But at the same time, it's like... Because I feel like anything else that I bleed, he's just gonna eat. So I'm actually gonna do this, actually. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have Oriana, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll see what he does here. Akatsukan? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, the Ada has to be played late. Yeah, Ada has to be played the last... That actually has to be the last card. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Please tell me you're not hiding. Please tell me you're not hiding a Purify. Okay, that's fine. Ah, he hit the Beast. That actually sucks. I don't want that. The question is though, will this work? I mean, he has a pretty big Beast, so... So this is gonna be 9 points, and it's just gonna keep growing. Yeah, so I think this is still the bigger threat, right? Okay. I hope this is... I really hope that this is gonna be enough. That'd be pretty great, though, if this was enough, eh? 20 points. It's ozzrel, but he doesn't have, like... Because I ate my Ekern, so... Oh, it's another ghoul. So he never had ozzrel. Huh. Pretty good.